Good morning, Sandman! Have you ever wondered what astronauts eat in space? Wonder no more. In 1962, when John Glenn slurped the first gulp of applesauce, he proved that astronauts could eat in space. Now astronauts have about 200 food items to choose from. The process of getting the food to the International Space Station can take months, so food has to be able to be stored for months at a time. Space food has to last at least 2 years.
Wow, I can't believe how much work goes into sending food into space. I just have to walk to my fridge. Let's talk to our reporter Aaliyah Alexander, astronaut Scott Kelly, and NASA Food Coordinator F. Ryan Downey at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas.
Mr. Dowdy, what are some of the challenges of sending food to space?
The food has to be stored for long periods of time and make sure that it does not dry out. We attempt to supply food that keeps the astronauts' energy levels high and keep them interested in their food choices.
We are here with Scott Kelly, former astronaut on the ISS. What foods were difficult to eat in space?
It is difficult to eat bread in space because crumbs would get caught in important parts of the spaceship. We would eat tortillas instead.
Is there anything you would look forward to eating on the ISS?
I looked forward to receiving fresh fruits and vegetables when the rocket arrived.
Thanks for your time. Back to the studio.
How about some freeze-dried mac and cheese for lunch, Allie?
All this food talk is making me hungry. Let's swing by the cafeteria and grab some lunch.
That sounds great.
Bye, Sandman.
In October of 2012, Superstorm Sandy wrecked the New Jersey coastline, which had an impact on the wildlife in the area, such as horseshoe crabs, red knots, oysters, as well as other marine life. The circle of life was in danger, so a plan was created to clear the rubble and debris from the beaches, add 200,000 cubic yards of sand, and created artificial reefs.
Hello, Sandman!
What's up? I'm Brielle.
And I'm Gabe, and this is SCNN Local News.
Superstorm Sandy hit over 6 years ago. Many homes were destroyed, and so were our beaches.
It damaged our oceans and bays, but today we are still collecting shells and trash that washed up from Superstorm Sandy in an effort to restore the shore.
With that being said, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has funded about $100 million to restore beaches and build artificial reefs.
Here's a clip showing why the restoration is so important.
The artificial reef provides spawning grounds for the horseshoe crabs. This is important because the red knot bird migration goes through May County and uses the crab eggs as a source of food for their 9,000-mile journey, which spans from the Arctic to the southern tip of South America. Also, the reefs have shown about 18,500 horseshoe crabs being attacked since Superstorm Sandy occurred. Hopefully, the reefs do their job and help the marine life flourish.
Wow, hopefully this does help all of our animals on the New Jersey coastline.
Yeah, I really love the plan, and I've been reading up on the positive effects it's been having.
Like it's creating jobs for local veterans, educating over 2,000 youths, not to mention the reefs have been colonized by hundreds of oysters, denser algae clusters, and restored shorelines. A celebration is being held before each project.
Oof, I guess you're right.
Bye, Salmon. Up next is school news.
Part growing up is dealing with conflict. At our age, we have had our fair share of problems with friends, neighbors, and classmates. How we deal with these conflicts says a lot about who we are and our maturity.
You may have noticed Mrs. Nelson and Principal Cathcart have really been emphasizing problem-solving skills this year.
It seems like they really want us to have a great time when we're here at the school. Mr. Cathcart has been encouraging us to put our worries aside with different exercises for our brain in the intercom.
And Mrs. Nelson is practically famous for her problem-solving wheel.
I'm so excited that they are both going to be joining us today to share more of their awesome strategies so that we can learn and grow in a positive atmosphere.
Mrs. Nelson, thank you for having us here today.
Thank you for joining me. You know, I get the privilege of helping many of you work out your problems and conflicts, but I really like your help teaching everyone these problem-solving skills. Students who visit me know that I love the problem-solving wheel.
Wow, can you tell us more about this wheel and how it can help us?
Yes, let's do it together. So what's the first one you see, Christian?
Walk away and let it go.
Exactly. So first off, when students come to me with a conflict, sometimes we sit together, most of the time, we sit together and look at this problem-solving wheel. And the first one is walk away and let it go. Something they could have done. What goes next?
Wait and cool off.
Good. Which also, if you wait and cool it off, you sometimes have a better mindset on what the next decision might be.
Ignore it.
Ignore it. Always a good one.
Talk it out.
Talk it out, which leads to what the next one might be.
Apologize.
Apologize. That's always important, and forgiveness is an important thing in life as well.
Use an iMessage.
You might remember that from your younger grades.
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
That's always a good one, even with friends. We use it in my house a lot.
Go to another activity.
That's always good. So let's say we're playing soccer out at recess, and two kids aren't getting along. Maybe the one kid might want to wait and cool off and remove themselves to another activity, maybe the fitness center.
And the last one is tell them to stop.
Yes. It's always important to use your words, and you can do that with conversation rather than more conflict. So what do you think about this all, Christian? What would you like to tell everyone?
All of that makes a lot of sense. I can tell you firsthand that these strategies really do work. Let's all try to help each other remember some of these strategies when we see a conflict. If we still can't work it out, we can always tell a teacher or go see Mrs. Nelson to work through the conflict using the problem-solving wheel together.
Thank you, Christian, because the biggest thing in life, there's going to be conflict. So if you think about these strategies, it will go a long way. But remember one thing, if you go through the problem-solving wheels, it's still important to talk about your feelings. So always go to an adult if you need to let those feelings out as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Nelson.
Thank you, Christian.
That was great. Thank you so much, Miss Nelson. Sandman, let's all try to remind each other to utilize these strategies when a conflict rises. Next, we have Ivan, who's sitting down with our very own principal, Mr. Cathcart.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm so glad to be on your show. I'm a huge fan. What I'm excited to share with you is that you have more control over your brain and how you are feeling than you probably realize. We all have things that happen to us both in school and outside of school that can get us feeling kind of down. But no one feels like being down, like sad, stressed, or angry. So I want to share some things you can do to help you get back to feeling relaxed, happy, and ready to learn. And enjoy your time here in school.
That sounds great, Mr. Cathcart. Why don't we show our viewers some things they could do to reset their day?
So let's say something happened at home and it's taking over your thoughts and it's hard to concentrate on what your teacher is saying, or maybe your day was going great, but now you have something hard, you're having a hard time understanding your math lesson. You may want to shut down or freeze, but we'd like to see we'd like to see you control your brain. It sounds crazy, but you have the ability to do this. Let's try it now.
I'd love to.
Let's start with a review of some of the things we have been doing already. First, color breathing. All right, color breathing we've been doing, so we're not going to touch too much on that. Also, the OK and peace sign. All right, just the one tip I have for you with this is to make sure that you're doing as slow as possible to get it right. Okay, so when you're switching, okay, do it slow. It's hard, but don't do this. I know you guys do this. So don't do this. Keep going slow until you get it right. The last one that we've been doing, but I want to show you one more thing, is called box breathing. So box breathing, all right, you're going to relax. You're going to close your eyes. You can stand up for this too if you want, but we're sitting. Sit up straight, relax, and box breathing is exactly that. You're going to draw a box in front of you as you breathe in and breathe out. So, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And you formed a box breathing. It's a really good strategy to use as well. All right, so again, visualize that box and draw it as you're breathing in and breathing out. Some of the new things that I wanted to share with you. First thing is tapping. Tapping is a proven strategy to calm your brain, to reset your brain. If you're feeling stressed out or you got a test coming up that day in math, before you leave for school, you can do this, even with permission from your teacher. Maybe you recommend that you can do it as a class, all right, to get ready for this test, but it's a good strategy to use, and it's simple, all right? Again, you can stand up, you can sit down, you want to close your eyes, you want to relax, okay? And you want to tap, simply that. There's parts from your head to your midsection here that you can tap on, and it's been proven to calm. So let's start. You guys can go along with me. You want to start tapping the top of your head, and this whole time you're thinking about positive things, positive places, where you like to be. I'm a good person. Mr. Cathcart loves being on the beach. It calms me. The next tapping spot, okay, is right above your eyes, right above your brows. Again, positive thoughts the whole time. I'm going to have a great day. Next one's your temples. Tapping nice and soft. School's going to be awesome today. All positive thoughts. Next one, under your eyeballs, right on your cheeks, just above your cheeks. Same thing, positive thoughts. Next one, right under the nose. I did my best today. Or I'm going to do my best today. Right under your mouth is the next one. I got amazing friends. They help me out each and every day. Then your collarbone. Again, remember, feel relaxed. Positive thoughts. And then finally, underneath your armpits. Kind of just like a monkey would scratch under his arm. Gently tap under your armpits. Positive thoughts. I'm going to do so well on my math test today. And that's it. Okay, guys, that's tapping. It's so calming to the point where I'm so calm right now, really, that I feel like I could take a nap. The last new strategy I would like to share with you is a strategy in which you can that you can use without anybody really even knowing. Okay? It's simply just sitting there and being calm and thinking about positive things. So everybody, all right, do it with me here. You know, just sit there in your chair at school or before you come, or on the bus on your way in, somewhere where you can focus and just think about positive things. Mr. Cathcart's putting himself right on the beach because that's where I'm calm, and I'm just breathing normally. Thinking about positive things, how great I'm going to do that day, not to worry about anything at all because my best is the only thing that matters. And it's as simple as that. That's my last strategy.
Well, I don't know about you, Sandman, but I'm feeling very relaxed right now. Thank you.
No problem at all, Ivan. Thank you. I'm so glad you are reporting on these wonderful strategies that you can implement to feel better. Stress is a part of life. It'll always be there. But we want to teach you how you can deal with it. These strategies will work. So keep using them. I promise you. All right? I promise you. Find a couple that work best for you and keep using them. Last, the strategies that Mrs. Nelson also provided with you, if they fail and the strategies that I gave you fail, please remember what I said to you at the beginning of the year. Okay? Talk with somebody. Talk with a teacher. Talk with your guidance counselor, Mrs. Nelson. Talk to a parent, talk to a friend, okay, to avoid anything negative from happening, and that's our goal.
A smile is contagious.
Together we can change the world one random act of kindness at a time. One kind word can change someone's entire day.